Hello everyone and welcome to Think Python. Today I'll tell you how to import a dataset into your Jupyter notebook. So first we'll download a dataset from kaggle.com, which is a very popular website. Most of the datasets for machine learning projects are downloaded from kaggle.com. So let's head on to Kaggle. So you need to go to your browser and in the new tab type kaggle.com. There you go. And you need to log in first into Kaggle before you could download anything. So you can log in via your Facebook, Google or a custom login account. So I've already logged in into the account as Think Python. So here in the search tab type any data which you are interested in. For example, I take a data which is on Bengaluru housing prices. So type Bengaluru housing and you'll have this list. Click on Bengaluru house price data right here. So this is the data which we are looking for. Now here you can have a look at the data quickly. So you can see that this is a CSV file right here and there's this documentation about the data and you can have a look at some of the columns which this data has. So we have area type, availability, location, size, etc. So here first of all I'll download it by clicking on this download icon here. So click on download. Then this will ask the location, of course. So I save it at my desktop and save. Now head on to the Jupyter notebook. Always remember that whenever you are saving your CSV file, it has to be right there next to your Jupyter notebook. I go to desktop. On my desktop, I create a new Jupyter file by clicking on this new icon here, Python 3. So I have this Jupyter file which is still untitled, as you can see here. To rename your file, click on untitled and you can give it a name. So you can say this is project 1. Alright, rename. There you go. So this cell is the command cell and you can type your code into this cell. Okay. So first of all, I need to import my dataset which I have just downloaded into my Jupyter notebook. So for that, pandas as PD. So why I am importing as PD? Because then I don't have to type every time as pandas. I'll simply use the short form PD. So now I want to read the CSV file which I have just downloaded. So for that we have the command which is PD dot read underscore CSV. So you need to select on this thing. Now the name of my file is Bengaluru house data. So I select this. Now this command will return me a data frame. So I give it a name as df and store it in my data frame df. Okay. Now to see the data frame, I simply say df and I run the code. So there are, one is this tab here. So if you hit this, your code runs and you see this data frame. So data frame is nothing but an array of rows and columns. So you can see we have area type, availability, location, size, society, so on and so forth into our data frame. And the number of entries, as you can see here, is 13319. And now I'll tell you some commands where you can have a closer look at what your data frame contains. So first is df.shape. Now when we say df.shape, so every time you don't have to click on this run tab, but the shortcut is shift. Have an error here, tuple object is not callable. We don't have to put the round brackets here. So df.shape gives me the shape of my data frame, which says that it has 13320 rows and 9 columns. So if I want to have a more closer look, there is another command which is df dot count, gives us the number of entries that these particular columns have. Then the mean value is the average value, and std is the standard deviation. Then this min gives me the minimum value and max gives me the maximum value out of all the entries. And similarly we have the statistics of the data, which we can see by using df.describe. Now if you want to see the first few entries of your data frame, you can say df.head. Alright, and by running this command you can see the first 5 entries of your data frame. If you want to see 7 entries, you can simply pass 7 as argument, and when you run the code you have 7 entries right here in front of you. Okay, and also if you want to see the last 5 entries of your data frame, you can say df.tail, and if I do not pass any number, so by default it will give me the last 5 entries of my data frame. Okay, so that is all for this thing, and I'll see you around in the next video. Till then, take care and keep practicing. Goodbye.